Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I will continue my market update for February 2020 and I will include Warner Robins, Centerville, Byron, Kathleen, and Perry in this video. So let's get right to it. All right, let's start with the inventory and the inventory difference between February 2019 and this year, February 2020. In Warner Robins, we had an inventory of 97 houses on the market in February 2019, while this year we had 101 houses on the market. This is an increase of 5%. It's only 4 houses, so 5% sounds more than it actually is. 4 houses on the market, but it means people are selling their properties and putting them on the market. In Kathleen, we had 49 houses on the market in February 2019, while only 46 houses on the market in 2020, and that is actually a decrease of 6.1%. In Perry, we had 44 houses listed in February 2019 and 48 houses listed in February 2020. This is an increase by 9%. In Byron, there was a little decrease in inventory. We had 31 properties listed in February 2019 and only 28 properties listed in Byron, Georgia in February 2020. This is a decrease of 9% in inventory. In Centerville, we had a little decrease as well. We had 11 properties listed in February 2019, but only 8 properties were listed in February 2020. All right, let's keep going with the days on the market comparison between February 2019 and February 2020. In February 19, in Warner Robins, houses were on the market on average 64 days before they sold, while that number dropped by 45%. And in 2020, houses were only on the market for an average of 34 days before they got sold. In Kathleen, the numbers went up a little bit by 8%. In 2019, the average days on the market in Kathleen, Georgia was 68 days, while in February 2020, the average days on the market was 74 days. If we take a look at Perry, there was a decrease in days on the market as well, and quite a big one by 37%, while houses were on the market for an average of 81 days February 2019. This year, it was only 51 days on average. If we take a look at Byron, Georgia, there is an increase of average days on the market. If we compare 2019 to 2020, we see an increase of 43%, while there was an average days on the market February 2019 of 44 days. This year we had an average day on the market of 63 days. And if we take a look at Centerville, we see the biggest drop of all the communities. 62%, while the average days on the market in February 2019 was 110 days, in February 2020, that went all the way down to 42 days. This means in February 2020, houses in Centerville sold 62% faster than they did the year before. Let's take a look at the average sales price and start with Warner Robins. In February 2019, the average sales price in Warner Robins was $162,300, and that decreased in February 2020. The average sales price was $147,200, which is a decrease of 9%. Let's continue with Kathleen. And in Kathleen, we got actually an average sale price increase by 4%. In February 2019, the average sale price in Kathleen was $247,000, and that increased in February 2020 to $258,000. Let's take a look at Perry. where we see the biggest increase in average sales price by 21%. In February 2019, the average sales price in Perry was $167,000. That increased by 21% to $192,000 in February 2020. Let's keep going with Byron. In Byron, we have a very big increase in average sales price as well, 19%. While the average sales price in Byron February 2019 was $145,000, it went up to $172,000 in February 2020. Last but not least is Centerville, where we have the biggest decrease in average sales price by 19%. The average sales price in Centerville went down from February 2019 $205,000 to February 2020 $163,000. Of course, if we talk about average sales price, we also have to talk about the median sales price. And in Warner Robins, the median sales price went down by 7% from the previous year. In February 2019, the median sales price in Warner Robins was $147,000, while the median sales price in February 2020 in Warner Robins was $137,000. If we take a look at Kathleen, where we have almost a 10% increase in median sales price, to be exact 9.6%, we are looking at a median sales price in February 2019 of $227,000 and a median sales price this year, February 2020, of $249,000. If we take a look at Perry, we have an increase of the median sales price of 0.4, so barely anything. In February 2019, the median sales price in Perry was $167,000, and the median sales price this year in February 2020 was $168,000. Byron, Georgia sees an increase of almost 21% from 2019 $140,000 median sales price to February 2020 $170,000 median sales price. Last but not least, take a look at Centerville with the biggest increase in median sales price of 29%. Yes, 29% of increase. In February 2019, the median sales price in Centerville was $142,000, while this year in February 2020, the median sales price in Centerville was $183,000, almost 30% increase. The last data I would like to look at is properties sold, and we're going to start with Warner Robins first. So in February 2019, 100 properties sold in Warner Robins, and in February 2020, 101 properties sold in Warner Robins, which is an increase of exactly 1%. In Kathleen, we have an increase of 21%. In February 2019, 29 houses sold in Kathleen. In February 2020, there were 35 houses sold. So 6 houses more this year than last year, and it was crappy weather this year. If we take a look at Perry, we have a decrease of 9%. In February 2019, 33 houses sold in Perry, and this year in February 2020, only 30 houses sold. On the other hand, in Byron, we have a 35% increase in houses sold. In February 2019, 23 houses sold in Byron, and in February this year, 2020, 31 houses were sold in Byron, Georgia. Last but not least is Centerville, where we have a decrease by 11%. And 11% sounds more than it actually is. But in February 2019, there were 9 houses sold in Centerville, and in February 2020, 8 houses sold. So those 11% is 1 house only. All right, that was my little video about the market update of Warner Robins, Centerville, Byron, Perry, and Kathleen. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did not like it or you have some suggestions what I could do better, please comment below. I would love to read your criticism and the positive comments. So if you like